And you're listening to WGRG 100.5 FM in Geneseo, and it's Friday morning, November. Okay, Brandon, help me out today. What is today, the 15th?
Today's the 17th.
The 17th. Well,
yeah.
good thing you're here. But November 17th, and we're live here this morning at the Geneseo Donut Shop for this Friday edition of Let's Talk Geneseo. I'm your host, Keith Kennett, along with City Administrator Brandon Meglin, and we're happy to be joined, or happy to have Zach with us from the Chamber of Commerce this morning as well.
Yeah.
So something a little new for us, doing our first live remote. I believe it's working. Nobody's texted yet saying that it isn't, so I think everything is going okay. But we are live at Geneseo Donut this morning. Probably everybody knows it's on State Street. I'm not even really sure on what the exact address here, but just go north of the tracks about half a block, and you'll see it there. But come on in and get a free donut too, courtesy of the team here at Let's Talk Geneseo. So Brandon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. We're right out in front here, staring out the big picture window at the donut shop. We got the sun in our eyes. Probably wish I would have brought some sunglasses in this morning.
Boy, I will tell you, the sun angle is just such to where when we look out the window, it's kind of a retinal burning experience. So we're going to turn and towards Zach and also kind of shade his eyes as he.
The future's bright in Geneseo, even when you're indoors.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Zach, you should have grabbed a donut before we started this, probably.
I'm kind of rethinking my life choices at that point. I kind of wish I did have a donut too. Maybe I'll get one afterwards.
I think it'll work out. We'll go up to the counter, Zach, and say you're with us, and
maybe we can
get a free donut.
DoorDash it from the counter to the table.
Hey, there's a business in Geneseo who'll do that for you.
Oh.
It's the Geneseo Delivery. Just look them up on Facebook.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Yes. So anyway, we're going to maybe talk at times about some donut history and various things this morning. But first off, again, with Zach here from the Chamber, I know we want to talk about kind of a busy weekend in Geneseo with Christmas open house stuff. And Zach, maybe you could kind of go through the rundown of things.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Today's a big day in Geneseo because it's the official kickoff to the holiday shopping season. And so we will be having candlelight shopping this evening from 4 p.m. until 7. Some businesses will be open till 8. Several businesses set out luminaries or candles, not only outside of their stores, but inside and dim the lights. And so it's a really cool and intimate shopping experience. And in addition to that, many stores are doing a Pink Friday promotion. And Pink Friday just encourages shoppers to get out the week before Thanksgiving to kind of get a kickstart on the holiday and, of course, support small local businesses. And then we're also going to have free horse and wagon rides going through historic, beautiful downtown Geneseo. Compliments of Springfield Armory. They are the sponsors of the horse and buggy, so many thanks to the good folks at Springfield Armory. The drop-off and pick-off point will be at Inspire Continuing Care. And also, the City of Geneseo turns on the downtown Christmas decorations for the first time this season.
Woohoo!
And if you've been here before, you know, but if you haven't been to Geneseo and seen it downtown in the holidays, you got to check this out. It is just gorgeous. And then being surrounded by the lights, the candle lights, and the horse and wagon rides, hopefully people are doing a lot of shopping and dining as well. So Christmas open house happens not only in downtown Geneseo, though. It's happening at stores throughout Geneseo. CNS Antique Mall will be hosting a special event on Saturday for Christmas open house. I know that Uploved is going to be doing some promotions all weekend. Janet and June over on Main Street, we want to give them a shout out because they have a lot of good retail events. And it's easy to, I think, overlook businesses that aren't in the downtown area. Downtown is very important, don't get me wrong. But we want to make sure that all of our businesses that are getting involved throughout Geneseo are also getting a spotlight shined on them as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We want to mention at Inspiring Continuing Care where the horse and buggy, I guess, launch and endpoint is, right?
Yes.
They're going to be having free hot cocoa there from 5 to 7 p.m. tonight as well. Want to make a plug for them. The city produced this calendar with the members of ICC for year 2024 earlier this summer, and all of the profits from the calendar sales go to the nonprofit organization. So I know they have a lot of calendars still to sell. They're $20 a piece, and a lot of local artists and photographers donated their images to go in the calendar, right? So I want to encourage people this is the perfect time of year to pick one of those up with your Christmas shopping and give some away to your friends and family. that represents Geneseo well.
And Brandon, not to put you on the spot, but those would be available at Inspire and City Hall, or where?
Yeah, if you can't make it out to Inspire tonight, they have them there every day while they're open, and we also have them at the front desk at City Hall too, the front counter.
And probably most people know, but Inspire is located in what was the old library. Well, not the original library, but the second generation library, right on State Street as well, off of not Pearl, but North.
Yeah.
Inspire Continuing Care is also an award-winning organization. They were the recipients of this year's Geneseo Chamber Rising Star Award.
Yeah.
And so we want to recognize that excellence as well. It's a great organization, great cause, $20 calendars, and it goes a long ways in helping out their mission with helping people who face some barriers or disabilities in their life and help them transition from high school into young adulthood, finding stable housing and employment. Definitely want to learn more about that. Look them up on Facebook and check out Inspire Continuing Care's website. And if you are so inclined, please buy a calendar.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, while we have Zach here too, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of recap. The Chamber had their annual fall breakfast this past week. What was that? 2 days ago?
Yeah, at the Moose.
2 days ago at the Moose. Yeah. And it's a pretty interesting topic this year. You hear there's a lot of talk about the lack of print media, the lack of a local newspaper, and not only Geneseo, but in a lot of communities, and that's kind of fading away. And I learned some new terms, interesting terms at the presentation. Dalkin from the Geneseo Current was a presenter. Susan and Mike from the Geneseo, or from the Kewaunee Voice, were also presenters. A couple of organizations that have pivoted to a digital platform for providing local media coverage. Can you give us kind of a little bit of a recap of some of their presentation?
Sure. So the Chamber's Fall Breakfast, we've been doing this for years, I think 20 some odd years, 25 years, something like that. And we always present a topic of interest to the Geneseo business community. We serve them a nice hearty breakfast from our friends at Hometown Catering in Atkinson. And we had a good turnout. 51 business leaders turned out for the event this year, which we're proud of. And that's something else we realize at the Chamber we do, is that we actually are the conveners of the largest meetings of business leaders in Geneseo. No one else does that. And so with that responsibility, we need to deliver good programming. And one of the questions we get a lot at the Chamber is, how do I get information out there? Or from the community, how do I get information without the Republic, without print media being around anymore? And so there are new media platforms such as the Geneseo Current and the Kewaunee Voice, because this is not just a Geneseo problem. And frankly, it's not just a Henry County problem. This is happening all over the country, where small newspapers are being decimated by a larger company, and in the meantime, they are hiring reporters to cover Taylor Swift and Beyonce, but we're not getting local coverage in our community. I think it's absurd. So we wanted to showcase how exactly people can get a hold of the Current and get a hold of the Kewaunee Voice. And you know what? Let's Talk Geneseo is a new one too, is a new media platform to help get information out in the community. And so we're happy to help spread the word about this as well. But it was a good topic, and there were some hard truths, right? Print media is never coming back as we know it, notwithstanding some Herculean local effort. And so I think that the biggest injustice is the lack of the local high school coverage in regards to sports coverage, athletic achievements, academic achievements as well, different clubs, and what the clubs like FFA are doing. So you can get all that information from Geneseo Current. You go to geneseocurrent.com and learn a little bit more about Geneseo, because the print it's just not working anymore. I'm sorry, but when the Chamber has to cancel your subscription in the town you serve, you're doing something wrong. So it's a shame, because that was Geneseo's oldest business.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think that losing that publication hurt the psyche of our community a little bit. But in losing that, people like Dalkin D. Moranville and the Geneseo Current have stepped up. Our good friends in Kewaunee with Kewaunee Voice, Susan and Mike, they've stepped up to help deliver news in their community. And you're seeing small businesses and nonprofits pop up like this around the country, starting to fill this void. And that's going to be the new norm, I think, moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a challenge. It's a little bit of the curse of sorts, if you will, of social media and what have you, is that technology advance and what have you. A lot of people are getting their information through those sources, typically for free and what have you, and it made it a little more. There still has to be some sort of profit generation in order to have these things keep going. But everything is just so decentralized anymore, and everybody to a degree kind of lives in their own little silo of information. So having kind of that one source, like Zach said, it probably may not ever happen again, but hopefully between all the sources and cross-communicating and what have you, the information can get out there. But every organization, we just at the Historical Museum board meeting yesterday had this exact same conversation. That just kind of how do we get just the basic info out there? It's very difficult, at least with any degree of confidence, that you're hitting everybody. And the Republic is something that going back to Tom Terry and before him, and it's kind of one of those things that you maybe don't know what you have until it's gone. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we can come up with something else to somewhat fill that void.
Traffic's really picking up in here, Keith.
Well, I tell you, and I'm not so sure it has really anything to do with us, Brandon. Not to burst any bubbles, but again, we are live here this morning at the Geneseo Donut Shop. So if you are hearing us live, I guess if you're listening to this on the podcast, ignore this. But if you are actually listening live, come on in for a free donut on your friends here at Let's Talk Geneseo.
It's kind of nice. We got the nice background noise of the door chime as people enter and exit. The kids eating their donuts here, enjoying them. So it's a nice setting.
Yes, and we have the staff busily working behind the counter. And Brandon and Zach, the modern donut is really attributed to the first Dutch settlers as they arrived in New York City. They brought this from the homeland, and they used to call them the Olie Koek. Olie Koek, that is. And, of course, by translated, that means oil cake.
Oh.
So that the modern donut, at least, is largely attributed to those Dutch settlers. I do believe this may be inaccurate, but also I think there are documents that even show the Pilgrims had brought over some cake donuts, vanilla glazed, I believe, as well. That may not be accurate, but I do believe that the Dutch settlers' information is.
And you guys, and you can't see us today because we have no video feed, but this is just stuff Keith's pulling out of his head right now.
Pulling out of somewhere, Brandon.
And I'm not donut trivia buff.
I'm in awe.
So so that's good. And there's two main types of donut. You have your cake donut, and then your raised yeast. So, a cake donut, I think it's a little more heavy-bodied, if you will. But the cake, though, a little more, or the raised yeast, a little more fluffy. Like your Long John would be a plank shape. But that would be a raised yeast donut, Brandon.
Yeah. What's your favorite donut here at Geneseo Donut, Keith?
Well, there's many favorites. And actually, I just thought of this. We actually probably do have a serious question we could ask somebody to find the answer to. But mine would be, I'm a simple man with simple needs, Brandon. So the vanilla Long John, it's there for you. Nothing kind of gets, when you need that little bit of something extra, the vanilla Long John is there with you. Not filled, because we want to watch the calories a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, except you got to go chocolate. I mean, come on. Zach, how about you?
I like a good chocolate donut with sprinkles because sprinkles are for winners. And so I like to start my day off with a good chocolate sprinkled donut.
My wife would be right there with you, Zach. She's another sprinkle person.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Yep.
Quote of the day.
Yeah. And I know my grandson will be with you, Brandon, on the chocolate. Yep. It's one of those awkward times. It's after church. You go up there, some donuts. And you don't want to tell them which one to take. You try to influence them to the vanilla. Come to the vanilla side of things. But then he makes the pull and goes with the chocolate. And you go, well, we're all our own flour.
He's entered the dark side. Yeah.
So, yep. But one thing, though, from a parental standpoint, vanilla frosted, a little less messy. The chocolate sometimes gets smeared a little bit, what have you. The vanilla just a little bit less. So
you just can't see it as well.
Well, whatever it is, but I'm going with it's just a little bit better. So there we go. But the most common shape of the donut is the ring donut, not the plank, and actually filled donuts are very popular as well.
Yeah.
And whether it's with jelly, cream, or custard, pick your pleasure on that. But and I believe we have all options available here. Hopefully that's the case. So you come in, any donut, whatever your donut desire is, you could come in right now. And what a wonderful way to start the day off on a Friday with a nice donut. Doesn't cost you anything. It's again, one donut is on your friends.
Just
your friends
one.
here
Just one? Okay.
at Let's Talk Geneseo. No, I guess you could walk out and come in again. If you go to that effort, okay, come in, get another free donut. That's okay, too.
But you better hurry up. We're only here for another 15 minutes.
Right. Well, I mean, and you take a look around. There's plenty of options for donuts in Geneseo, right? But, I mean, just look how packed it is in here right now. And we've seen people coming in and out. This donut shop has the formula figured out, and they've had for decades. It's an iconic Geneseo location, and Geneseo Donut. It's always open during Christmas walk, so you can actually enjoy a donut during that event. And, you know, there's lots of options in Geneseo, but we're really proud, I think, as a community to have the Geneseo Donut Shop going so strong for so long. You know, I grew up coming here, getting breakfast in the morning, and I know many others I see coming in with their kids right now, and hopefully they're making the same memories, and they'll get to do the same in about 30 more years.
I can remember before I worked for the city or lived here, we used to come out here because people used to say, I mean, it's the best donut in the Midwest is in Geneseo, Illinois. We'd come out here, and I mean, ladies would shop and stuff too, but it'd be, you know, we got to get there when that donut shop is open for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Yep, and definitely the atmosphere is, you know, it's old school donut shop. You come in, the door kind of slams a little bit behind you, and that sort of thing, and just the atmosphere is pretty special here. So again, stop on by Geneseo Donut here while we're on the air for a free donut. If you're so brave, you'll definitely notice us as you walk in the door. And if you want to come on air or just say a little something or ask us some questions about donuts that we probably really wouldn't know the answer to, but we could come up with something.
Or just drive by on State Street and wave.
And
honk
wave.
your horn.
And you can see.
Let us know you're out there.
And I'm actually breaking a sweat here.
Yeah, same.
with the sunlight coming through the window, so that might be a little bit of a tip.
I'm trying to shade you, Zach.
And we do have several patrons. Looks like we have some school children in here having some donuts. I see some chocolate fans and other things. But they're obviously veterans because they know not to sit by the front window.
Yeah.
And they are all in the shaded area. So it just goes to show.
Yeah.
It's the newbies, us.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you got any other items, Zach? With Christmas Walk is coming up on December 9th, approaching quickly here. I know there's a lot of preparatory items that we want to get the word out on, or people may want to start thinking about.
Yeah, and I believe I'll be back on this program in 3 weeks to do the deep dive into Christmas Walk. We'll talk about the history of the event and just kind of what goes into the planning for that. But it's our biggest event of the year in Geneseo is the Geneseo Christmas Walk. So it's about 3 weeks away. And it's on Saturday, December 9th. And I do have a few items I'd like to share to encourage people to act now to get ready for the big event. Everything is going on the Geneseo Chamber's website. It's geneseo.org, or you can follow us on Facebook. But Jingle Run registration is underway. We have about 40 people registered so far and counting. We usually have about 100, 150 or so. So if you have not done so yet, please register for the Geneseo Jingle Run, which will be at 8:30 on Saturday, December 9th. It's a 5K. It's lots of fun, and we give you jingle bells so you actually jingle when you run.
What?
The Lighted Parade entry forms. We are taking entry forms now for the Geneseo Christmas Lighted Parade, and they're free. It's free to enter. There's no charge for that. And we already have about 30 entries so far. We cap it at 40. So if you're thinking about getting in on the parade, you better act quick because the spots are filling up. There will be a gingerbread house competition being hosted by the Geneseo Art League and Gallery. And so we have entry forms not only on the Geneseo Chamber website, but also at City Hall where our office is located. And so this is literally the plot line of every Hallmark Christmas movie, is to get in some kind of cookie contest or gingerbread house decorating contest. So have at it this year. The Children's Christmas Essay Contest, that information is available not only at the Geneseo website, but I believe it has been distributed through the school district system to students. So if you would like your children's essay to be displayed in the front window of Geneseo Home Furnishings during the Christmas Walk, please get your children's Christmas essay turned into the chamber, and we will put it up there. And then finally, we have memorial luminaries. We will be setting up the Victorian luminary display at the city park. It's a Christmas Walk favorite, and it's $5 per memorial luminary. You can write the name of a loved one who may no longer be with us on a luminary, and you can see it at the park lit up. But it's a fundraiser for a local nonprofit, and this year we're raising money for Rebuilding Together Henry County. And so not only is it an opportunity to honor loved ones who may no longer be with us during the holiday season, but also you're doing good by helping a local nonprofit because they do a lot of good work for people in need throughout Henry County. And so if all the information you need, anything you are doing for the Geneseo Christmas Walk, please check us out on geneseo.org, and you'll have all the information available on our website. Also, make sure you follow the Geneseo Chamber on Facebook at Geneseo Chamber.
Nice.
All right, and again, if you're listening to us here live from the Geneseo Donut Shop, it's Brandon, Zach, and Keith with you this morning, stopping in for a free donut, and good information from Zach on not only the Christmas open house coming up this weekend, but some updates too on the Christmas walk. And Brandon, city-wise though, I know there's kind of still some things. People may still have leaves in their yard and what have you. Kind of what's the status of leaf pickup and the burn pile and all that?
Sure. So, yeah, we've got some questions on the burn pile this week. The flyer for the burn pile information is on the city website. The burn pile is open for 2 more weekends, so that would be tomorrow being one of them, and then December the 2nd will be the last day that you can go out on a Saturday to the burn pile from 8 a.m. to noon and drop off leaves, yard waste, brush. No grass clippings out there, though, but you can bring your leaves, bring your yard waste sticks out there to the burn pile. Again, if you're looking for the weekends, tomorrow and December the 2nd are the last days. It is open today as well, today, Friday, and then on Friday, December 1st as well. The times for Fridays out there are from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., though, so take note of that. Republic curbside yard waste pickup with the sticker bags or your toters that runs through the end of this month. So you still are able to buy those stickers at Fairway, Farm and Fleet, or just right at City Hall. You can get stickers if you're just doing the brown paper bags to bag up your yard waste, or if you still have leaves to get up in your yard. So.
And if you've driven down Oakwood Avenue, certainly around by City Hall, you've noticed a lot of road work and stuff going on. Maybe update us on what is a fairly large water main project that is happening.
Yeah. I mean, kind of an annoying project out there. We understand the water department, street department, public works done a great job of keeping that roadway open, though, during the project as much as possible, so there's not full day closures all day and all night. It is open intermittently, but had a lot of challenges out there. Again, this is a water main replacement project, water main from 1904 that runs in front of the fire department on 2nd there, and then turns north onto Oakwood to connect up to the new main just north of City Hall on Oakwood. Very old main. They've had 3 breaks in the main as they've been moving dirt around to access the next section that they're going to replace, just because the compaction of the soil has actually been what's holding the pressure in some of the spots in the main. Then it gets a little bit of movement and bam, you got a water break and a burst. So there's been some challenges out there just because of the condition, but they're getting close to wrapping that up. They were putting services in yesterday to the homes in that area, and waiting on some EPA tests and approvals to come back, and then that project hopefully be concluding before the snow starts to fly here. But that's an important one. That main has caused some breaks. There's been some breaks in it and caused some problems in that area the past couple of years. So excited to get that done.
Well, and also, if you may have noticed that at Oakwood and State Street and stuff, work continues on the new entryway signage. This will be a work in progress that really won't be finished up till next spring, but the new welcome sign is in place. Some of the concrete work is in place for the final landing site for the boulder marker. Yeah. For the First Log Cabin location in Geneseo, and it'll be probably not a whole lot more happening there this year, or any idea if there might still be a few things going on there.
Well, our goal is we have the beautiful sign up right there now. Our goal is we have 3 flagpoles that just arrived, a 3 flagpole system. There'll be a U.S. Estate and the City of Geneseo logoed flag out there. The goal is to have those in, if the weather cooperates here, have the concrete in and the bases, and have the flagpole system up, and have that all illuminated by the electric department, hopefully before we get into the winter weather. And then we'll continue to pick back up in the spring with some landscaping around that concrete pad and the boulder that Keith mentioned, and that kind of historic area there too. So.
And as we're looking out the window here at the donut shop, and again, come on in to Geneseo Donut for a free donut here on your friends from your friends at Let's Talk Geneseo. But I believe I see some city workers that are working on some of the decorations on the lamppost here on State Street.
Yeah, that's Sean Easton out there.
All right, shout out to Sean.
I bet we could get Sean to come in here.
We could. I'll go.
Zach's going to go try to
All
get
right.
Sean Easton.
Go, Zach. Look at that.
Sean Easton is our lead park laborer, is his job title. He's also pretty well known around town as being a very talented musician and singer.
And I don't want to interrupt, but we'll do some play-by-play. Zach has now left the donut shop. He has crossed the street. He's talking to, this is Sean?
Sean Easton. Yeah.
Oh, Sean, yes. Okay, and now he's coming across. Look at the excited smile on Sean's face as he's walking across the street here into the donut shop. Just completely unaware of the magic that awaits him here. But now we're back with Zach and Brandon. Well, good morning,
Now,
Sean.
if there's any city employee that was going to walk by while we're doing this, and that, I know would be comfortable getting pulled in to go live on the air and across the internet, potentially across the world. We do have listeners in Sweden,
worldwide. We are
Switzerland, other places like
Guten
that.
Morgen. I'm blessed to be here.
we're big in Denmark too.
All right.
Yes.
Well, welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me in. It smells great in here too. The donuts
So
are wonderful.
what are you doing out there? We just saw you walking by.
We are officially plugging in all of the garland and the Christmas pots that will be lit up tonight, and making sure that everything is going to be beautiful for tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, this is the big event, right? This is the Shop Geneseo tonight. Is this officially? This is it tonight. So we want to make
Official
sure
launch
that
of the Christmas shopping season.
it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. Multi-talented.
As you were walking in, I said, not only does Sean work for the park, but he's also a talented musician who
Well, I
performs
appreciate
all
that.
around Geneseo. So
Appreciate it.
Well, shout out to you and your coworkers on the wonderful job with the decorations and all this. It's probably one of those things, too. There's probably way more work that goes into it than people realize to get the city looking like it does, and it's because of Sean and his fellow workers.
And it's a work of joy. We love it.
Cool.
So thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
grab
you.
yourself a donut, Sean.
Yeah, donut on us for free. Ask for a free donut. Yeah. Take two. All right.
Thanks, Sean. How cool was that?
Yeah, that was good.
That worked out good.
Live radio right there.
As long as we're sending you around, Zach, there is actually one serious question. Is that there is the round cake donut that has the pink frosting. Now, is that pink frosting strawberry or cherry?
I'm going to vote that it's neither. It's just pink.
We're just colored.
Oh, you're doing... Well, if there is a way to... We might send you up there. The mic won't reach. But if you don't mind asking someone...
Strawberry. I'll find that out.
Okay.
He's the runner now.
I'll tell you what, that's Zach, multi-talented too. So, okay, now Zach is going up to the counter. Bill's working the window. He's going to the lady at the counter, whose name I forget, but she does a wonderful job, asking a question. There's some banter back and forth.
Seems like a lot of confusion up
It does some.
there.
Okay. Oh, now Zach does have an answer. He's coming back. And we'll mic him up for the official information.
All right, here's the big announcement. The pink frosting is a cherry flavoring.
It is cherry.
Cherry. I thought it might be strawberry, but it's cherry.
It is. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, I'll admit it. I lose on that one. I was going strawberry, too. All right. Well, that mystery has been solved. So right now there's, probably not too many people rejoicing over that news, but at least we've shared the information of that the pink is actually cherry.
Late breaking news.
Yes.
The secrets of Geneseo exposed.
Exactly. Well, and as we get ready to wrap things up here, I guess one last thing, at least that I can think of, Brandon, is Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas. Do you know the holiday closing for City Hall? Any special dates to be aware of?
I sure do. Yeah, next week it will be on Thursday and Friday. City Hall will be closed for the month of December. It's kind of a unique one. We're actually going to be closed on the city side on the 25th and 26th this year. So it will be on Christmas Day, and the day after will be the observance of the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I would like to mention, Keith, if you don't mind, on Monday, before we wrap up. On Monday, we do have the city's hosting a blood drive at City Hall. We want to encourage people to go to the city Facebook page, go to the city website, sign up. It's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be in the City Hall main lobby, indoors. If you can't figure out how to sign up, feel free to give Paige a call at City Hall. She'd be happy to help get you on that roster, too.
All right. Well, and with that, unless, Brandon, you have something more, Zach, anything more you want to share? I don't know that we can send Zach on any more missions of...
Just shop and dine in Geneseo. Free horse and buggy rides from 4 to 7 tonight at Inspire Continuing Care. We'll see you in downtown Geneseo.
And we are going to do a holiday lighting contest this year.
Oh,
look for that.
sure.
We're going to work on that this morning. We'll be announcing the flyer, the sign-up flyer, to if you have some great idea for Christmas decorations at your home, you want to light it up, sign up. There's prizes. There's utility credits with the electric utility if you place in the competition. So definitely want to try to encourage everybody to decorate for the season and make it great here.
Yeah, and watch the city website for more information on that. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to call Brandon at City Hall, or best way to communicate if you have a question for Let's Talk Geneseo would be to email Brandon. And Brandon, your email again is?
Sure, it's bmeglin at cityofgeneseo.com, BMAEGLIN at cityofgeneseo.com.
All right, and with that, I'm not sure if we should give a shout out also to James Roothouse, who is back at the station working things as well. And this is really it's a whole of city. It's a whole of city government approach here that we have in the broadcast, and that we have James roped in on the other side. But I'm not sure, he may actually be off working or something. So there may be an awkward silence once we end the broadcast until I drive back up there and do some switching. But we, again, would like to thank everybody for listening this morning. And a big shout out again to Geneseo Donut for being so gracious to allow us to kind of take over the front half of the place here with our gear, and then to all the customers and stuff that stopped by during the broadcast. So we will have we are on Thanksgiving break next Friday, but then we will be back December 1st.
Yes.
With as we go into our end of the year kind of broadcast for the last few weeks in
December 1st, and we will have Mark Grabacheski will be back in for part of that show for the new reoccurring segment, Let's Talk Money with Mark, and we will get some financial updates and highlight information about finances from Mark on that show. Yeah,
and a couple of new things that we're installing in the studio, Brandon, that I think you'll appreciate. And maybe anybody that views it on the live stream, maybe they can pop or pick out what's new, assuming I get it installed before then.
There's Waldo.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, again, thank you for listening. This is Let's Talk Geneseo, and you're listening to WGRG 100.5 FM in Geneseo. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.